So today's video is brought to you by my very own coffee, Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. It's available in a K-Cup, whole bean, and pre-ground 16-ounce bag. You can find it at justadadcoffee.com, or right underneath the video, you will see the products displayed and you can click on them and purchase them right there. I really do enjoy this taste. It's a dark Brazilian roast. It tastes really good. And you can brew it in a K-Cup machine, or you can grind your own coffee or have it pre-ground for you. I hope when somebody asks you what your favorite cup of coffee is, that you say Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review and show you the 3 things. Nope, it's not a review. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you 3 things you can do for better tasting coffee in Keurig coffee makers. So the first thing is going to be the water you use. So you'll see a lot in pamphlets and stuff that come with these. Your water is 99% of your coffee. Now they do have some of these coffee makers come with this water filter. It's a carbon water filter that's going to help with the taste. If your water that you get out of your tap has a lot of chlorine in it, you may smell the chlorine or taste it. That's what the carbon water filter helps with. Now, they're not very expensive. I do recommend using one of these carbon water filters because it does help with the taste of your water. Now, you don't have to use these. Now, you have to put them in a tall handle or a short handle, depending on what water tank you got, because you got to snap it onto the bottom there so it doesn't float. So water is going to be very important to a great tasting cup of coffee. Now, you can use filtered water. You can go, I got my foot pedal here. You can go and buy filtered water at the store. You can buy bottled water. That can get kind of expensive, but it does really help with the taste of coffee. Again, my tap water is actually pretty good, so I use my tap water with this. I don't really have that chlorine smell, but it does actually make a good good cup of coffee. Now, some people will talk about using distilled water. Now, Keurig does not recommend using distilled water or reverse osmosis water. They have sensors inside these machines that need those minerals in the water and the heating element for the machine to work properly. But I do get a lot of comments from people saying that they use distilled water in these and never have a problem. So Keurig doesn't recommend it, but that is one thing you can do. Okay, so fresh coffee. If you've ever gotten a K-Cup, you'll see the box on the K-Cup from like Keurig or whatever. It'll have an expiration date of like 6 months to a year. Your coffee can get really, really stale inside these. I mean, I think the expiration date might even be up to a year. Now, I'm not promoting my coffee, but Just a Dad Simple Sip is a coffee I made. It is roasted and shipped out relatively quick. It's not sitting in a warehouse, being shipped around, sitting on a shelf for a very long time. If you order my coffee at Just a Dad Simple Sip or Just a Dad Coffee, they're going to wait till they get a couple orders, roast the coffee right then, and ship it out. So it's going to be fresh. You're going to be amazed how fresh coffee tastes in these Keurig machines. Now you can get a reusable K-Cup and put fresh coffee in there. Those reusable K-Cups work pretty good. You can get the My K-Cup and it works pretty good. So you could go grind some coffee right now, put it in that reusable K-Cup and try it. And it works pretty good. The K-Cups you get like at Walmart and off the store, those things have a long expiration date and that coffee can get a little stale. Okay, so another thing to help with fresh coffee, if you've been using the machine for a while and say you do have hard water, you do want to keep up on descaling your coffee maker. So the heating element inside there is usually made out of aluminum, and the hard water, it's got calcium and stuff in it. It's going to start sticking to that heating element and closing it off. You're not going to get the proper quantity through your coffee maker, and it's not going to be as hot. You really want hot water going through that K-Cup to extract that flavor, to give you a really good tasting cup of coffee. These newer machines, the descale light comes on after 250 brews. I have videos on how to descale them. It can be kind of complicated, but it is definitely worth it. Some of the older machines, like this K Mini here, it doesn't have a descale light. You just gotta descale it like every 6 months, at least once a year if you're using it quite a bit. The next thing, so these machines have a lot of settings. We've got 8, 10, 12 buttons we can push. The more expensive machines, they got 6, 4 ounces, whatever. So K-Cups have 2 tablespoons of coffee in them. They typically don't have any more or less. For me and my taste, that's an 8 ounce. Running 8 ounces through that K-Cup gives me the perfect coffee. Now, for you, it may be 6 ounces, or it may be 10 ounces. Play around with it and see what you like. You may find that, oh, 6 ounces through a K-Cup gives me a delicious cup of coffee, or 8 ounces. I've even had some people leave comments, 12 ounces is a great cup of coffee to them. So play around with the different settings, try them out and see which one you like. Okay, so this last one is about taste. So I don't drink black coffee, and they are coming out with so many of these creamers. This is the Hershey chocolate. I think it just got released this year. It tastes really good. Now, coffee to me is very bitter when I drink it black. I'm starting to drink it a little black a little bit more, but I want to get that, I just want it to taste good. Now, granted, this is sugar and it's not good for you, but boy, coffee, you still have that coffee flavor. I mean, obviously this has a little chocolate in it, but I have found that even just adding a little sugar and a little milk will take away the bitterness to where you can taste the coffee. And in these, just to me, they enhance the flavor of the coffee. I know some people would only drink it black. They would never put this in there, but boy, these make delicious tasting coffees. And this is in the refrigerated section. They've got like there's like 5 or 6 of these flavors out now, and not all of them are good. I was doing French roast or French vanilla for a long time, and it tastes really good. But boy, this Hershey one, and they've got a caramel mocha I just tried the other night. It tastes really good. So play around with the different creamers. There's so many different creamers. It doesn't take much. Now you may start off putting a lot of creamer in there to kind of help, but you're gonna find that over time you don't need as much or as much sugar. I'm still putting this and just a little bit of sugar in my coffee. And boy, it just tastes so good. So enjoy your coffee. You know, it can be intimidating. It was intimidating to me. That's why I'm making this video. I could never drink coffee, so I'm like, but it's always available. It's always there. I want to start drinking it. It seems like a good alternative to getting the caffeine other than drinking Mountain Dew. So I want you to enjoy it. My video here is to help you. When you get these coffee makers, these are some things that can help you make a great tasting cup of coffee. At first, I didn't think some of this stuff was important. I didn't think the water was important. I didn't think descaling was important. But the more I drink coffee, the more I realize water is important. I've taken several of these coffee makers apart, and you do need to descale. They do build up with calcium on the inside. It does affect the coffee taste. It's easy not to do these things because these things work. We're in a hurry. Take the time. Watch my video. It's a complicated procedure on some of these, but I walk you through step by step. Unfortunately, they do take an hour or so, but watch those videos on how to descale when your descale light comes on. Don't just ignore it. Again, I really do appreciate it. And again, fresh coffee does make a world of difference. When I'm doing coffee in a coffee pot with a normal basket style, not the Keurigs, and I grind my own coffee or fresh coffee from a coffee shop, and you brew it that day, it does make a world of difference. So coffee freshness is very, very important. My dad grew up drinking Folgers. I'm sure that coffee was not always the freshest. It sits in a factory or in a warehouse for a long time. Those make, those are great cups of coffee. But boy, when you can grind your own coffee and brew it relatively quick, you're just very, very amazed how good that cup of coffee tastes. So I really want you to enjoy my cup of coffee. Just a Dad Simple Sip coffee. It's a dark Brazilian roast. It was brewed. We met with a coffee roaster in St. Louis. He kind of watched my videos, got a feel for the audience that watches my videos, and we came up with that flavor. I told him I like Dunkin' Donuts. And so it's not a Dunkin' Donuts flavor, but it kind of starts there. But I think it's just filled with some I never thought I would like a dark roast, but I actually like a dark roast now. It's smooth. I feel like I'm tasting the cup of the coffee. It doesn't have a lot of extra notes, no flowery notes or nothing. Just a kind of a standard cup of coffee is what I was going for. So again, Just a Dad Coffee. Please check it out. I really appreciate everybody's support. So thanks everybody for watching my video today. Underneath the video, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that really helps out my YouTube channel. Again, you can purchase all this coffee right below the video. You'll see links to them, or go to justadadcoffee.com. I really do appreciate everybody's support. Recently, YouTube just sent me my 100,000 subscriber plaque. That would not be possible without everybody's support. So again, I really appreciate it. I'm excited for this new adventure, branding my own coffee. It tastes really good, and I hope you're going to definitely like it. Again, hoping somebody asks you what your favorite cup of coffee is. It's Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. And again, thanks so much for watching the YouTube channel. Also, be sure and check out my Just a Dad Videos group page on Facebook. This is where I do my free giveaways. So when I'm done with my products, I do a free giveaway on there, and you can kind of see behind the scenes of how I make my videos. Also, check out my podcast, Coffee with Dad Podcast. This is where I interview different people. I love to hear everybody's story, and I just think everybody has a story they want to tell. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and thanks so much. Miss Fiona always knows when I'm doing a recording.